go to Whitney.com.
It's something I started a few years ago. The concept was started about 6 years ago, but beer actually arrived 3 years ago. And then the lockdown came, and we pulled everything out and just said, okay, we'll just wait for a while. It gave me some time to develop a couple of other recipes and organize ourselves a bit more for getting the beer out to people. And then the Atlantic City connection came, and we've actually really spent a lot of time focused here because it's such a great spot, and it's also a part of my history as a boy. I used to come here with my grandfather, and we had family vacation here all the time. So it's near and dear to my heart, but also, I mean, it has this amazing, potential for commerce, and people drink beer here. But one bar at a time, one casino at a time, all up and down the Jersey coast and on up into New York, all the way to Buffalo is where we're just shooting right now. And I go around the country visiting bars, sitting down talking to people, and they always ask me, why didn't you just do a tequila or didn't do a fine wine or something? It has nothing to do with what I'm not trying to sell is just an alcohol. I'm selling the idea that you have company. You enjoy visiting with people. You have an event with a group of people at a small town. I was in a town called Metuchen, New Jersey last night, where there were maybe just 50 people.
Right.
But there was a sense of camaraderie and connection that happened. And that only really happens in a bar or over a beer and that kind of thing. And that's what I'm generating is an experience, hopefully, that attaches itself to the beer, and the branding eventually becomes like, oh yeah, it means we can enjoy one another and we can actually be friendly with one another and remember that there's a lot less that unites us than divides us, and that's one of the reasons it's called Faith American. It is my daughter's name is Faith, but it's no accident that it's called Faith American because I believe in America. I love this country. That's it.
I love it. I think it's so cool, especially that you do a lot here in Atlantic City and at the Irish Pub.
Oh yeah.
You had said that you have some memories from when you were a kid, used to come here. Can you just give us one fun memory from Atlantic City?
Well, my grandmother used to say this story all the time. I used to love saltwater taffy. I used to watch them make it right like 2 doors that way, I think. But and Mr. Peanut was always out there. But, my grandmother used to tell a story. We were here at Easter one time. I was wearing my little blazer. People dressed up then on the boardwalk. Blazer, my gray flannel slacks, and my penny loafers. And she said, and you stuck your hands in your pocket and you said, "Gam, I love Atlantic City." I still love it.
I love it. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it is really a sequel. It's another act for Frasier. It's not really his third act. It's really his fourth act because his third act happened while he wasn't on television. Frasier left Seattle for Chicago 20 years ago. Then he ended up in Chicago. We were going to fill in some blanks for people on the Chicago time he was there, and then he ends up somewhere else, which is still a mystery.
Ooh, okay.
It's funny. We all did a Zoom celebration for the 25th whatever final episode of Cheers. I think just not more than 4 or 5 months ago. And Kirstie was, sniping and shooting her shots as she always did. Just funny. And then Jimmy Burrows had a book party, and I expected to see her there. She wasn't there, and I said, "Oh, what happened to Kirstie?" Nobody really knew, and then we heard that she died. Which is just really devastating because she's certainly not that old. She's still a young woman, but. I loved her so much. She was so funny, and she was so supportive in my own life, off screen as well. But when she arrived at Cheers, there's some trepidation about losing the character of Diane, Shelley Long. And the minute I saw her and I saw that smile and how beautiful she was, and this enormous, just jovial character that she was, I thought, well, we're gonna be number one until the cows come home. This is unbelievable. Yeah. And she turned out to be, better than I even thought. I just was crazy about her. Wonderful gal. Wonderful.
I know recently you were in Lifetime on that Flowers in the Attic movie.
Yes. And we also did the Christmas movie with my daughter.
Yes. Was that
fun.
with Greer?
No, that was with Spencer.
Oh, Spencer.
My oldest daughter.
Okay.
Greer's done something else.
Yeah.
Greer and I want to do a movie together too.
Okay.
It was so funny. There was some article about it a while ago, and Spence was kind of hurt because somebody said, "Oh, nepotism, blah blah blah." And she said, "I spent my whole life trying to make a career not being your daughter." I said, "Well, I don't know. Maybe that wasn't a great idea, but still." I said, "Honey, the way they're casting things these days, a straight man won't play a gay guy because he just can't." And of course, we have several careers throughout history where gay guys play straight guys for years. I don't really know what's wrong with it. It's called acting. So I said to her finally, I said, "Just tell all your friends, there was no one that could play Kelsey Grammer's daughter, 39-year-old daughter, a little bit bitchy and pissed off about things, than you." I said, they couldn't have done it. They couldn't have done it. We couldn't have possibly given it to anybody else. It would have been wrong. So
good. Okay.
We had a good laugh about it.
Yeah, well, that's
she's
good.
okay about it.
Okay, good. Well, I hope to see. Do you have any other Lifetime movies or any other projects?
I think we got several other things we'll probably do together. And you know what? Once you sort of get over the fact that you're hired because you're good, it's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, cool. And last couple of questions. I was telling people that I was going to be interviewing you. They wanted to know about the show Girlfriends. Never really
nice,
got that ending that it should have had.
Well, we did this really ridiculous thing. I have said it publicly before, so it's not that it's the writers decided they were going to strike as that last season was starting up, and they were all really, really happy about it. And then we didn't work for a year and a half. So what happened was, as a result of all the loss of revenue and some of the changes they got in terms of the contract, I'm not sure they actually ended up being really worth a lot. But everybody thought it was really important at the time. We were all very supportive. But a year and a half of our own recession, our self-imposed recession, and then 2008 came along. The business model to continue in a lot of shows did not exist anymore, and they canceled the show I was on at the time. They ended up canceling Girlfriends. They never gave it the finale we expected them to give it. And I think we're at the end of our 9th season. I really wanted to give them something good. But the good news is, all the good shows are coming back. And Tracy just finished up on Blackish. So yeah, you never know.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Maybe that can happen.
Well, I'm new to it actually. It just seems like a good idea, and part of the mission, right, that I've been told about SHIFT is this idea that everybody has a second act or a third act or whatever. And I'm certainly
Back
doing
nine.
that. Certainly doing that with Frasier, yeah. But for me, it's all the same act. It's like we're just growing, we're developing, we're changing, we're fulfilling some sort of a mission to engage in commerce and prosperity and productivity, and that never goes away. If you're one of those people, you just keep going. And I salute people that they've decided to retire from one thing or move on to another. That's fine. I just think life is something you don't retire from. It just ends when it ends. Instead of that, you keep growing.
Yeah.
Your mission is to just keep trying stuff, keep going forward. Once you sit back, you're kind of done.
Yeah, because
it's funny, they keep saying, dream big, dream. You just keep dreaming. Well, you know what? Better get out there and keep doing stuff too, because dreaming big is great, but if you're not actually going to meet it with a little action, you'd just be dreaming. So dream big, but go after it. Get in the game. Be tenacious, have talent, and stick-to-itiveness, and you're going to be all right.
And speaking of talent, one more thing. You have a great voice, too, and you do Sideshow Bob on The Simpsons. Can you just talk to us really fast? I mean, Simpsons has been around for so long. What's it like to have that character and to be able to do that?
Sideshow Bob casts a long shadow through the universe. He's a very funny character. I based him on a famous old actor named Ellis Rabb, who was a real genius. I loved him. I worked for him for a while when I was younger. And I logged at the time, his voice saying, "Oh, I'm going to use this someday." And then this character was brought to me, and I just like, oh, there it is. There's Elvis. It was like, robot, and that's him. And it's been a really fun thing to have that go on for so long. We're doing another one, I think, in a week.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, Kelsey, thank you so much for being here in Atlantic City. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.